Greetings and salutations, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome, 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 and thank you so much for stopping by. And of course, if you are one of the returning viewers, of course, welcome and big up yourself for always stopping by. If you've not yet subscribed to the channel and you're watching, just go right ahead and hit that subscription button. It's not going to take much out of you to do that, and it is free. It doesn't cost you a thing more than just for you to just smash that subscription button. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to get straight into today's video. Now, I want to talk about assignments. I want to talk to my fellow educators, especially those at the primary level. But of course, those at the high school level, you can take a page out of the book. And I want to talk about the type of assignments that you are given. Now, listen, one of you stop it. I see some of you are given the children at the primary schools and even at the 7th grade levels some assignment to take home that you need to stop giving because they are not meaningful. Yes, you want to make sure that when you give students homework to take home and do the homework, it's meaningful. And so when you give assignments that are not as meaningful, they tend to be more detrimental to students than they are beneficial. And I want to start this, and I was prompted to do this video because of several comments I've seen from parents who lament over a particular assignment. Now, several teachers at the primary school level tend to be giving students assignments to go and make an Arawak village. Fine, good and fine if they're learning about the Arawaks. Yes, you want them to have an hands-on experience about what their life was like for the Tainers, so that's fine if you want them to have that kind of experience. But when you give them a certain type of homework to go and make that Arawak village, what exactly are your expectations? Because when I saw my nephew's assignment and what was being made, I kept asking myself, how can you give this to a 9-year-old and even persons who are younger to make? Now, I want to show you a clip because I took an image of it and a short video snippet, and I really want you to look at it. Now, look at the quality of this task. Now, my nephew did not have any say in what this assignment looked like. This piece of assignment was completed by his mom and one of his uncles. So good for him. The uncle had the skill set to be able to create a particular type of assignment like this for submission. But let us think about the child or the parent who does not have the skill set to create an assignment of this quality. What then happens to that student? Tell me. Yes, you're going to say that the ministry is asking you to give assignments to get parents involved, etc. Yes, you want to get the parents involved, but you want to get the parents involved in a meaningful way. You do not want to be given assignments and it is the parent now who is actually doing the assignment and the students cannot contribute to what is being given. There has to be a simpler way for you to give assignments that get parents involved and they can sit with their children to do these assignments. But when you give an entire Arawak village and ask for it, what are you expecting? Now, when my nephew takes an assignment of this quality to class and another child who doesn't have the skill set and the parent don't have the time or doesn't have the skill set to create an assignment of this nature and bring something to class of a lesser quality, how do you assess the two? Are you going to give one a higher grade over the other? And what exactly are you looking for when you're grading these assignments? Because my nephew did not get a rubric to say you were going to be assessed on the type of material used, you're going to be assessed on the creativity, you're going to be assessed on whether or not you are able to capture a full-blown village. What are you using to assess these assignments when the students take them in? You want to ensure that in giving the assignments, no student feels as if their work is less than the other because their parent does not possess the skill set to give them a certain quality of assignment. But let us look at it. If the parent doesn't have the skill set, then the assignment might not get done. But let us say the parent is going to go and ask somebody else to make it because they don't have the skill set. The child is still not involved in the assignment. Right? If the parent doesn't have the time any at all to do it, then the assignment is not done. So the purpose of having parents involved would also be defeated. We want to make sure that we're being realistic in creating and in the assignments that we are giving to children. Yes, so let us not misinterpret the parents' involvement. So while the ministry is saying, let us give them students assignment that gets the parent involved and fosters parental involvement, you want to make sure that the parents are not doing the work for the children. Yes, let us be realistic about it. But in the midst of this, I also believe that when you're sending home the assignments, such as this, like an our village, to give parents to make for their children, I believe, teachers, you are missing an opportunity. And I'm going to share with you what that opportunity is. Bear with me. Yes, I don't want you all to think that I'm bashing you, the teacher. I am a teacher as well. And I believe that assignment should be meaningful. Yeah. But I think you're missing a perfect opportunity for you to have a project-based learning kind of hands-on experience. So let us look at it this way. If you are going to give a child an assignment of this nature, instead of allowing the child to take home this assignment, why not make it an entire class project where all the students in the class get an opportunity to work on that particular project? So think about all the materials that you might need. You may need to consult with an expert, maybe somebody from the visual arts department, or bring in somebody into your class. Students tend to respond well to guests, so make use of those opportunities. Bring somebody in. Have the students take the material. So different students are responsible for taking different bits and pieces of materials to class. When they get to class, remove the desk and chairs. Put the thing out on the ground and allow the expert to guide the process. So maybe the students come, they put on their little apron, they might bring a change of shirt or something. And together as an entire class, you may say to somebody, you lay this, you put this piece here, you put this piece here. And while you are making and allowing them to put the pieces together, you are now talking about the different things that would have been in that Arawak village. Yes, and ask them to help to show you where it would go under the guidance of an expert. Now, when you are able to do that, and if you come up with something at the end of the day, a final piece of work, that piece of work would be more meaningful because what the entire class would have had a say and a hand in constructing that. It means the students would own the project and the assignment more. They would appreciate it more, and they would feel they would feel more a part of the learning because the learning will then be experiential. And so teachers, let us not miss the opportunity that is there. Yes, do not miss that opportunity for that kind of collaborative learning, because when the students engage in that process, they're learning more than content. Yes, they are learning more than content. When they embark on something like that, it's the assignment is meaningful and so is the learning. They're understanding the content better. They're acquiring teamwork skills. They're taking pride in their own work and what it looks like. And so they will always have much to talk about. Yes, they're developing different kinds of skill set in terms of how they're working together outside of what they would have developed on the playground. And so it is a meaningful assignment when they do it together. And so teachers, try not to miss the opportunity. Just try it. I'm imploring you, try it. There are other assignments that you can give to the students to take home with their parents. But for this one, where you're giving them these kinds of Arawak villages to make, and then every student bring all the Arawak villages to you, and you look at it and just put down a mark on a paper, it is not enough. And it is not meaningful because most of the students are not a part of the creation of that kind of assignment. But try the collaborative, project-based learning approach to creating these Arawak villages and see what the results would be. I guarantee you that you will get better results out of the students, and the information that you're teaching about the Arawak village, those will stay. And then you have that same piece of work in your class that you can always use it as teaching material, maybe not for this moment, but maybe for something else. Yes, so the students don't just make it, take it to school, or give it a mark, and then you give it back to them to go home and put down. To what end? You have something as material that becomes resource if they do it as an entire class and you keep it within this space over a period of time, and it becomes that kind of learning material. And so I want us, my fellow educators, let us think clearly about the assignment that we are giving to the students. We want it to be meaningful. Yes, if you are able to prioritize meaningful experience over mundane tasks and just looking at something and marking something, I promise you that the classroom will be more exciting. You will have a group of students who are moving around, running around, talking around, because the classroom should not be silent and everybody is just writing. That's what you'd want for them in a classroom, to be hands-on, moving around and getting the work done. Because at the end of the day, the quality of the work is more important than the quantity of the homework that you're giving to the students. You want them to ensure that when they come together, what they're doing, the learning experience is wholesome. And that's how you can get the quality out of the learning experience. Not quantity and who can come and give you the most fanciful or what village, because that may not necessarily be helpful for our students. Yes, so let us rethink our classroom assignments. Let us reimagine what our classroom can look like if we take a kind of project-based approach to learning and allow the students together to create some of the things that they are creating, and send home something else that is more meaningful that parents and students can actually sit together to create. All right, so let us try it. But let me know what you think. All those parents out there who would have had to attempt to create certain kind of assignment with your students even when they are not able to do it, how do you feel about it? But my fellow educators, I also want to hear from you. What do you think about attempting a project-based approach to learning in some of the things that they're doing and allow them to be more hands-on within the classroom as opposed to them taking on? I do trust and hope that we can continue this conversation in the comment section. Until when I do a next video, take care and walk good.